Somatic singing or somatic learning. We've heard this term get thrown around in voice training circles, but what does it actually mean? This broadcast is going to unpack what somatic singing is, or somatic learning is, and why it's important to singers. My name is Meredith Colby, and I'm the author of Money Notes, How to Sing High, Loud, Healthy, and Forever, which introduces NeuroVocal, an approach to singing for popular styles that is based on brain science. I provide professional training for voice teachers and vocal coaches, and I also do one-on-one coaching for professional singers and adult avocational singers. All musical instruments, but especially singing, require a somatic experience in order to play or to create music. Many senses come into play in the making of music, which is one of the reasons that making music is such a singular and beneficial experience. Singers are the only musicians who hold their musical instrument inside their bodies, which takes the idea of somatic learning or the embodied experience to a whole new level. A lot of times when people think about how their brains work, they think about their brain as being this sort of cockpit of the airplane, right? This sort of command central that sends information and commands to the different parts of your body to make you do things like snap your fingers or whatever. But one of the loose statistics that's thrown around in neuroscience circles is that 80% of the information your brain processes is coming from the body to the brain. And we're going to get to what that's called. That's an interoceptive message. But that's a lot of the work that your brain does, is that like, what's going on inside my body? So that is taken care of by a neighborhood of your brain that's called the somatosensory cortex. The somatosensory cortex is home to these neural hubs that are part of the neural networks in your brain that make your brain run and that produce sensation. So that's where these neurons for sensation from the body are located. So let's unpack that for a second. We all know about our basic five senses: sight, hearing, taste, smell, touch, right? The five senses. And we also have a sixth sense, which is not ESP. It is somatoception, although you may also have ESP. But that's not what we're going to refer to as the sixth sense today. Somatoception is our sixth sense. Your brain processes somatoceptive information in the somatosensory cortex. Somatoception is broken into several different subcategories for different things that it's measuring. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to refer to my list. Proprioception, which is positioning and movement of your body in space. A lot of times people will use the word proprioception to mean all of somatoception, but actually proprioception is pretty specific. So proprioception is like holding up the shirt and going, is this going to fit me? Or can I fit in front of these people in the movie theater? Like that sense of your body in space, okay? That's proprioception. Mechanoreception is for vibration, for touch, and for pressure. Nociception, which is none of our favorites, although it does save your life, is for pain. Thermatoception, temperature. Sounds like it, right? And equilibrioception, that's your $10 word for the day. Equilibrioception is your sense of balance. So all of those things are managed in the neural hubs in the somatosensory cortex. A lot of times what we are talking about when people refer to somatic work or proprioceptive awareness is actually interoceptive awareness, because that's another talent, if you will, or job of the somatosensory cortex. Interoception is how we perceive what is happening inside of our bodies. This is information that is brought to the brain via sensory neurons in the vagus nerve. Maybe you've heard of the vagus nerve. It plays a big part in interoception. Now, interoception can interact with other somatoception. For instance, a sense of satiety, like your stomach being full, that is communicated to your brain via mechanoreception. So it's a sense of like you can feel the stomach expanding. That information comes via the vagus nerve also. So that's also part of interoception. They sort of interact with one another. There's not like super clear lines from one to another, but you get the idea. And why does this matter to singers? Is our next question. Because people have both a certain innate level of interoceptive awareness. So different people, literally different brain types, have different levels of awareness of what's going on inside their bodies. Why do we care about that increased level of interoceptive awareness? Well, you may or may not know that the single source of innervation to the larynx is the vagus nerve. A lot of this information that your brain gets is coming from the vagus nerve, as I mentioned before. So if you have a sensitivity to what's going on inside your body, you can also use that to create efficient phonation, to create sustainable singing that just feels really good. So that's a really powerful tool. Actually, that is one of the things that we do in NeuroVocal training, is that we show people how to create or raise that awareness of their interoceptive experience of their singing. Somatoception is your sixth sense. The sensitivities that make up that umbrella term of somatoception are really the things that help you move through your day. They help you make decisions. They help you make choices. They keep you safe. They also help you learn and execute new skills like singing. I hope that helped you understand a little bit more about somatoception and why it matters in singing. I'm Meredith Colby. Have a great day.